both teams, all barrels firing, huh? Look at Matthew Cheap with a great dig. And then Scooter Sakaida out of VLN digs one that I thought was going to go out. Marks takes it anyway. Sidori hits another one to Sakaida. And this time, Brian Cook cannot connect out of the back row. And Hawaii starts out with a 1-0 lead.
And a good serve by Sidor, and straight down the chute goes Mohalski with the kill.
Mohalski pitched for, he had 462 to make his, for a season 2 years ago, I believe, to hold the school record. He has a single game record, getting 833.
Sarkovic, and he hammers it down with authority.
That was like a little no-look shot is what it was. He looked like he was going cross-court, so James Shaw jumped into his cross-court angle. And actually, if he'd hit cross-court, he would have been clamped. Instead, he brings it back down the line. Clever shot by Sarkovic. See how Shaw reached into his angle, didn't get it? Sarky says, okay, I'll take it down the line.
Siki on the serve now. Good serve. Cook with the pass. And then Irvin. Sidor gets it up in the air. And the effort over there on the far side, trying to keep that one alive, is Kobe Kanitake out of Moanalua High School, and his stature befitting of Namenihune, the nickname of Moanalua. Kanitake 5'8", a true freshman. Marks, and that one right into the net, never crossed the cable.
Nice pass by Sarkovic. Tony Ching was talking during the games 2 and 3 about how he'd like to see Hawaii clean up their passing. Well, that was a great example where Sarkovic went in and hustled in to take that short serve by James Shaw.
Sidor off the backside. Shaw kind of shanks it. That one stays outside the cable, and a great recovery effort and a better kill by Taylor Averill.
Good scrambling by Stanford that time. They go underneath the net, bring it back outside the antenna, which is legal. And then Averill finishes it off. A lot of times you'll see the team that makes that scramble play win the rally because the other team is let down thinking they've gotten an easy kill, forgetting that you can cross under to go chase the ball down as long as you bring it back outside the antenna.
So Averill, who got credit for that last kill, now serving for Hawaii, and puts a little bit more zip on that one that we have been seeing out of him. Speaking of zip, Stephen Irvin just hammers that one down. He's just about on the verge of double figures now with 9 kills, hitting .389 for the evening.
He's definitely bringing Stanford's average of .210 up.
Another good serve by Irvin, excuse me. Holt pushes it over. And the swing by Kneller. Not a booming one, but an effective one. And the Cardinal leap out to a 5-3 advantage here in set number 3.
Kneller, another great story. He's been a serving specialist for 3 years, played with the 2010 National Championship team. The lone senior, brings a lot of experience to the team. Now he's getting his chance to start on the outside. Now that Brad Lawson's gone and some other outside hitters, and now he's getting his chance. But ironically, he's doing it by being the leading digger last night and putting in some pretty good serves. Had a couple service aces, and then he had 10 kills, I believe, as well. So had a good solid match last night and has earned that starting spot. Did not start the year. Daniel Tublin, 6'8" kid from Pittsburgh, actually started the year. Kneller has worked his way back in to steal away that outside hitting spot that's opposite Stephen Irvin.
I think we saw Tublin for all of maybe 1 or 2 serves all of last night.
He came in that 4th set to give the starters a rest.
Right.
That was exciting to watch, wasn't it?
Kind of what Hawaii just did there in that 2nd set. All of a sudden, Harrison Phelps and Freddie Thomas and some of the lesser experienced players. Kobe Kanitaki doing a job for Hawaii. J.P. Marks tried a little soft roll shot that was pushed right back at Hawaii. And Charlie Wade again coming over and perhaps talking about the issue he had last night of just screening out the passers on the serve, right?
Correct.
And if you recall, at the very beginning of this match, Joby Ramos went up to the head referee as if to just put it in his ear to say, hey, just keep an eye out for this. And I think that was probably a strategy employed by Charlie Wade to just make sure that they reminded him to keep an eye on it. As you said last night, something that is very rare if ever called, right? Nice
that's right. It's not called that often. It's an easy one to correct. And you just got to be a meter apart from each other.
And there's the dump shot. We were talking about Joby Ramos not really being able to do it. Charlie Wade saying it again. He's saying, hey, my passers can't see the ball coming because they're screening them out. Well, Charlie Wade right in front of us saying, hey, you can say something. You can talk to the other officials. And Charlie was upset about that last night. He's upset about it again tonight.
Well, you know, the thing is, if the players are a meter apart, then it doesn't make any difference.
And Ramos pops that one over, and a service ace drops it right in front of Jake Kneller.
Ramos usually serves his heater. That one, he just pulls the trigger. He has the off-speed roll shot that is quite effective. He's really good at serving that ball to what's called area 4 or 5, which is down the line, short down the line and deep down the line.
And Ramos again on serve for Hawaii. Put a little bit more zip on that one. Kneller pops it up. Cook is roofed. J.P. Marks.
That was one solid block by J.P. Marks, and then from Germany. He's also got a lot of international play on Germany's junior national team. Goes up and presses over and down.
Hawaii now with 6 blocks on the night to 7 by Stanford. And Hawaii is pulled even at 6-all. Another good serve, catches the cable to keep it a little softer, and another block. And once again, it's the sophomore out of Schwerin, Germany.
I think Brian Cook thought he could go down there. I think he thought that J.P. Marks swing in and take his angle. Instead, Mark stayed on the line and refused to leave that antenna area.
Marks is not one to show a ton of emotion out there.
He's starting to show it now, though, isn't he?
He sure is after back-to-back blocks. Sakaida. Oh, nearly an overpass. And another block by Sador. Another overpass. Joust at the net. Both teams playing hard and a good swing out of the back row. Shows you the athleticism of Stephen Irvin, because he's just flat-footed, almost leaning backwards and just hammered it.
It was just one broken play after another, and Irvin, being a great athlete and really savvy volleyball player, he would take the next play if it had any height on it at all, and he was going to take a swing.
Setting up, Marks at a difficult angle, chased down by Shaw, and then there's Irvin again, not even thinking about just popping it over the net. And Hawaii will have an opportunity to set it up. Marks, another tough angle. And he's blocked.
Sean Carney quickly up off the bench to remind Matthew Cheat that second ball is his. If the setter digs the ball, then the libero should be the guy to make the next set so that all attackers can be ready.
And Sador off the block, setting up the play. And a quick set to the middle. And it's Eric Michalski with the kill. And just as Hawaii pulls even, Stanford reels off a couple of its own.
Boy, Michalski, after hitting negative last night, more errors than kills, more than making up for it tonight. 6 kills, hitting .364.
Floats it over, Marks pops it up. Quick set, Davis Holt. And look at that redirected touch by Cook, but Hawaii covers it. And Marks with the booming serve, trying to chase it down. What a great hustle play by Irvin. And Stanford gets it back over the net. Marks. And this time, Marks, instead of taking the angle, looks left and kind of hits right.
Yeah, he did. That was like that was similar to Siki's little no-look shot down the line on the left side. Good hustle play by Stephen Irwin. Watch Stanford scramble. It looks like he's going across court. Last minute, he cuts it back down the line. Hits like away, what they call an away, wrist away shot.
Yeah, kind of setting up for the slider curveball and ends up throwing a screwball at you.
Exactly, right? Exactly.
Gets her by JP. Sakahita puts it up. That's long. Out. And a point for Hawaii. And the Warriors get back-to-back points to tie it up for the 6th time in the set. Hawaii won 2 in a row. Stanford won 2 in a row. Hawaii has won 2 in a row. And JP back to serve it up for the Warriors. Cook, and that is just out. Asking for a touch, the Cardinal players, not going to get it. John Custy asking now the linesman to see if there was a touch. And now they change it. The linesman said there was a touch.
Let's see if there's a touch here. Hard to tell on that angle.
How could anybody tell?
That's a tough play, but especially when the ball is that close to the referee. Normally the referee will call that without the help of a linesman.
Sador dug up that one. Just kind of squeezed down by Jake Canella. So it looked like Hawaii taking the advantage. Instead, they lose 1 point. They give up a natural point, and they're down by 2.
Yeah, this league is so difficult. You just cannot be giving away points. You can't afford to take a point off. You can't afford to play sloppily.
I think you and I were talking about it, and talking even with Coach John Costi last night's match. 2 points could have been the difference that Hawaii could have won this match in 4. Would have never gone 5.
After 3 1/4 hours, I think the score was 115 to 113, something like that.
Right.
Crazy.
Sador, tough set, dug up back there by Irvin. Cheap puts it up. Sador, tough angle right inside the antenna and squeezes it between the antenna and the double block.
Matthew Cheap put that awfully tight to the net. Sador did not have much room to work, but he made it work. Credit both Cheap and Sador for coming through right there big time.
Sador was outside the antenna when he attacked that ball, but managed to squeeze it just inside for the point, and Hawaii back within 1. Holt pops it over. And that time, Shaw, look at Siki Sarkovic with a little attitude. Yeah, and he's going to get a warning if he doesn't. Be careful, because they have been warned, right?
Yeah, they have been warned, both he and Cook, from last night's.
Yep, yep, that was all me. Shaw tried that little dump shot over the shoulder, and Siki was right there, and the serve into the net.
You know, I'll bet you that dump shot for Shaw has worked 90% of the time this year. Very rare does that get blocked. But Siki's just too smart. He played too much volleyball to get fooled by that. Plus, I think that the scouting report developed by Jeff Hall and Anton Willert and Sean Carney and Neil LeBar and Coach Wade probably had that in there somewhere about watch out in this rotation for Shaw's back dump.
And once again, Stephen Irvin with the kill, and Irwin starting to mount up his numbers. Irvin with 11 kills now in 21 swings, hitting .429 on the night. Oh, another good set for Siki, but hits it wide. That was just an unforced error. Had a whole court to work with and just tried to bite off a little bit too much.
And you wonder how much of last night's performance took out of all of these guys. So to try angle shots like that, you're not getting as much lift in your legs. Arms not quite as strong as well.
Sador, and he is dug up by Cook right at the net. And Shaw just pushes it over to that back corner. And Marks tries